crystal butterfly. And today, my lovelies, I am reviewing an interesting work of poetry called Looking Through the Black Window by Sydney Conteh. Now, before I tell you anything about these thrilling poems, allow me to tell you a little bit about the brilliant artist of the pen who crafted them.
Sydney has been a writer since he was very young, mostly writing short stories and poetry. His poems cover a wide range of subjects, including topics such as racial disparity, youth advocacy, and war. Sydney has worked in youth advocacy, and he has been a play worker, coached athletics, and a teaching assistant. Working in these different areas gave Sydney an insight into the lives of young people, which improved his understanding of the next generation, allowing him to write better youth advocacy poems. As of the making of this video, he has published 2 books, This Soul of Mine and Looking Through the Black Window. He has also participated in a literary anthology called American Graveyard, which champions ending gun violence. Sydney made the decision to enter the world of the author because he loves telling stories. He believes that an author's words can travel through generations, leaving a positive impact. Also, he desires to contribute to more young people taking an interest in literature. Sydney's inspiration to create Looking Through the Black Window stemmed from wanting to write a book that encompasses much of what it means to live the Black experience, the good, the bad, and the chaos. When it came time to publish his book, he was a little nervous via his expectations and overthinking the publishing process. Thankfully, this has not deterred him from writing more books. On his list of future book projects is a children's book, more poetry, and he would like to get into writing more nonfiction. Now, what is it that this author seems to love about books so gosh darn much? It's a book's ability to shape a person's childhood and life in general. A good book can grip you and send you into a new world, along with teaching new ways of thinking. Your wedding day. It's supposed to be the best day of your life. Right? Wedded bliss. Coming soon. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
The time has come for us to peer into what looking through the glass window is all about.
The Black experience is very often misunderstood. Through media, music, and history, the wider world has created a version of the Black experience that has some truth to it, but is not completely true. There is a barrier to communication between the Black community and the wider world. The reasons for this are many, complicated, and carry cultural nuance, depending on the country you live in. This book, Looking Through the Black Window, is an insight into the Black experience. It will cover issues on grief, love, and empowerment from all over the world. Looking Through the Black Window is a more complete story of the Black experience that is designed to create more conversation and add more pieces of the story.
My lovelies, please grant me a moment to read to you my favorite poem from this intriguing book.
What if black skin was a prison? Anything can be a prison depending on how you are looking at it. A rainbow can be seen as a curved cage or a bridge to a better world. Black skin is a rainbow. Some people see it as a prison, a cage for wild animals, things to be shot rather than viewed as humans. So I am not a sorry police officer. I do not forgive you. You have created a prison in your mind, placed me in that prison. I am a prisoner to you. To me, I am free. I was free all along. So no, I will not forgive you, as you will not remove your prison. The only way you have learned to do so is through the end of a gun, just as Castile, Garner, and all the list of destroyed rainbows you call prisoners. So no, I will not forgive you until you remove me from your prison.
Something I really like about this author's writing style is that his poems just have a way of gripping you so that you realize that these poems are saying, listen, these are an important issue. You can't turn your eyes away from it. You can't ignore it, because no amount of ignoring it will ever make it go away. We have to pay attention to these things so that we can do better for ourselves and the next generation. Now, my lovelies, please grant me a moment to get into why I liked the poem I just read to you so much.
The beginning of the American police started with militias that were formed to keep the peace. However, their dominant job was to capture and return runaway slaves. After the Civil War, this evolved into randomly arresting black people when it was time for the harvest for the free labor. In the poem, when the author says, "What if black skin was a prison?" it made me reflect on how since the inception of the American police system, black people have been a priority target for arrest. The verse, "Things to be shot rather than viewed as humans," made me think about the many unlawful shootings, such as what happened to Breonna Taylor when she was asleep in her bed, not bothering anyone and not doing anything illegal. Police officers came to her home and started firing their guns without warning, killing her. The last part of the poem that I would like to discuss with you is the verse, "So no, I will not forgive you, as you will not remove your prison." This part of the poem spoke to me because I feel it highlights the full extent of the damage racial targeting by the police has created. Many black people have been brutalized and murdered by the very people they pay tax dollars for protection. Worse, there are many police officers who want to just do their job and come under fire for not adhering to this unfair system. For example, some years ago, a police officer responded to a call about a man roaming around swinging a gun. The first officer on site was ex-military, and he recognized from his training in the military that the man was not going to shoot. It was clear that the man was just trying to get the police to kill him. So all that was necessary was to just cock him down and reason with him. Sadly, the officer did not get an opportunity to calm the man down and properly mitigate this situation before two other officers arrived, and they ignored the officer who had arrived first when he told them not to shoot. They willingly opened fire without a second thought on the man, killing him. So a man who was clearly mentally ill but no threat died, and later the officer who refused to shoot the man and was trying to reason with him was fired. Back to the verse I was discussing with you. The part of this verse that says, "So no, I will not forgive you," I feel it's not just voicing the frustration of the black community. It's preaching the frustration of officers who want to keep people safe, but they can't do that because of racial targeting interfering with their job. It speaks to other ethnic groups who have a history of suffering from racial targeting by police officers. It speaks to the many who have died and never got justice because officers chose to blame a random black person rather than find the actual perpetrator of the crime. And it speaks to the many, many black people who were arrested and thrown in jail, losing their entire lives, arrested and sent to the executioner's chair, and shot in cold blood for a crime they did not commit. The rest of the verse, as you will not remove your prison, I feel, fully highlights the root of the issue of racial targeting. Many members of the police force hold on to the idea that having brown skin means that person is a criminal or has criminal intent. This problem is something that continues to need to be addressed, and I do take solace that there are people outside and within the police force fighting to end racial disparity among the police, and hopefully one day bring this issue to an end.
My lovelies, there is oh so much more I would like to say about this poem, and a lot I would like to say about the other poems in this book, but that would mean I'd have to film a 10-hour video, and sadly I don't have time to do that. Now, it is time to rate this book. So, when it comes to looking through the black window, I am giving it the rating of 5 butterflies out of 5. This was just an amazing work of poetry, my lovelies. The author did a very, very good job of explaining his point of view through these poems and bringing a lot of problems with the issue of racial disparity to the forefront through his poems. And I will tell you right now, my lovelies, you need to get this book. This is a very good, very well-written book. And if you don't get yourself a copy, then you're not being very nice to yourself. And then I have to ask, why have you not been nice to yourself? You should be nice to yourself. You're a good person. You deserve nice things like this book. So do yourself a favor and grab yourself a copy of this amazing work of poetry. Now, real quick, my lovelies, before I go, YouTube has been unsubscribing people from channels. I don't know why. I think it started out as one of those bot things. They wanted to get rid of all the bots, but sadly they started removing real people from channels. I don't know. I don't work at YouTube headquarters. I don't know why this is happening, but it's happening. So please, if you subscribe to me, check and make sure you are still subscribed to me. This really helps the channel. Also, so the YouTube algorithm is not oh so cruel to me, please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Leave me a little comment. And if you have not yet, slap that subscribe button like it owes you money. And don't forget to give that little notification bell a ring. And with that, my lovelies, this video is a wrap. Now, if you please, come with me as we dance into a world of magic.